Hey my lovelies, this is my first guest on this channel. This is behind the scenes of how we created this short hairstyle. And this is the inspiration. So let's go. First things first, you start off with clean hair. So her hair is clean and I'm parting my first row at the back. For this hair, I'll be using this hair gel. This is one of the best I've used so far. Not because it's actually the best, but because the irritation on my scalp is less. And the flakiness and the residue is also less than the other one. So if you guys know of any hair gel that doesn't cause any irritation at all, please link me up. Secondly, like the next move is I'll be parting this part of her head. Using the ear as a landmark. This part is very important. You see that first row and this part, very important. Once you can successfully part out these sections of the hair, then your job is like 40% or 50% done. If you notice at the back for the first row I did 3 braids, but I actually changed my mind and I did 4 instead. Her scalp is small, so because I'm doing jumbo, if I actually do it that way, the hair is going to be really scanty. So even though it's jumbo braids I'm going for, my parts have to appear or look like medium, a little bit above medium. So for the second row I did 5 braids. For the first row I did 4 braids. For the second row 5 braids. For the third row I did 8 braids. And if you notice, I'm using the brick layering method, which means that each braid falls in between the next two braids under it. And for the third row, I connected it to the front, which is what I'm doing right now. For this kind of braids, once you prep your hair, and when I say prepping, once you're able to successfully part the hair like this, your hair is like, the work is like 80% done. So that's why I like to part first. So some people don't do this because they also say it takes a lot of time. I just prefer to part first, so I reduce the back and forth that comes with it. So this is the first row, we have 4. The second row we have 5. Take note of my brick layering method. The third row I have 8, 4 on each side. The fourth row I have 7. And for the other rows on top, I have 3 here, 4 in the middle and 3 in front. And that's about it. So we're using color 33 in Lush attachment. So I'm just teasing or feathering it to make it easy to use. I'm even beginning to think that for the hairstyle, that's our inspiration, it wasn't feathered. Because if you notice, everything was big from top to bottom. So this is the size I'm using. I always make one side a bit bigger than the other side, and then I twist it or I put it together like so. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start braiding. Before you braid, you have to brush thoroughly because of the edge control that has been applied, and then start. So I always, with my finger, as you guys can see, I divide the hair. That is her own hair. And then I continue braiding. For the first grip, your grip has to be really firm. Not necessarily tight, because if it's too tight, you can cause her to have bumps. So it has to be really firm, and you have to grip her own natural hair firmly as well, and make sure that it is well tucked under the attachment. Tucking hair here should not be so difficult, I believe, because the hair we're using is a good amount, which means it's also going to cover her real hair. So just take your time and keep doing that till you tuck every bit of her hair. Then of course you can speed up the braiding. This part requires a lot of patience. Take your time, keep going, and it can be quite painful on the fingers as well. But not to worry, keep going, and yeah, till you get to the last bit of her own natural hair, then you can speed up. This is what it looks like, and so far I'm satisfied. So I'll just allow you guys to enjoy the rest or me braiding the video. This is the second take. So I'm done with braiding, and next step would be sealing or knotting the ends. There are so many ways that you can do this, but I decided to do this method. So first thing is that I braid. When I get to my desired length, I make a knot using a little bit of the attachment. Then after that, I start to twist the attachment round. Before that, I already make sure that there is a long piece of attachment that I attach while braiding, because that one is going to be used to twist around it for some time, which is what I'm doing right now. By the time I twist, and I have to really be firm here, I have to really hold it tight here. By the time I get to almost the end of the attachment, I'll use super glue. So I don't need a lot of super glue here, I just need a little bit, just a drop here. And when you're doing this, please, once you apply the super glue, you drop it, because I successfully dropped an amount of super glue on her dress and it wasn't funny. So for the back here, in the picture, I noticed that it was a bit shorter, but my client here wanted hers a bit longer. I would advise that if you really want to get what was in the picture, you can make it a bit short, because if it's too long, your neck will not allow that bob to show. I don't know if that makes sense. So I feel it would have been better if it was slightly long, but you have to do what your customer wants. So afterwards, I dipped it in hot water. I did that for every single strand. I was also saying that the next method you can use for this would be the burning method, but most people don't like that because it snags on their clothes. So right now I'm measuring the hair, or rather I'm cutting off the excesses, which is actually the final part of the hair. And yeah, this is the final look. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, guys, stay safe.